There's a moment no one prepares you for. The silence in a room full of women when someone asks, "Do you have kids?" And you smile, softly, but behind that smile is a story they never asked to hear. This one is for the women without children by choice, by chance, by heartbreak, by freedom, by healing. Because being child-free doesn't mean you're empty. It means the world is your playground, and your life is not missing anything. Sound of soft breeze. Pause. I used to dread family gatherings, not because I didn't love them, but because of the questions. When are you settling down? You're not getting any younger, as if my worth was tied to a ring, or a due date, or a title someone else decided was woman enough. But here's the truth. Womanhood is not motherhood, and not being a mother doesn't make you less of one. Hi, love. I'm Naomi Grace, and if you've ever felt invisible in a world that celebrates baby showers more than solo milestones, you're not alone. This is Solo Femme, a sacred space for women rewriting the rules. For women who didn't follow the traditional script and learned to write their own. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the pressure, the pity, the assumptions. Let's talk about how many women carry invisible grief. Grief for a child they never had. Grief for a dream that changed shape. And let's also talk about the joy, the freedom, the purpose, the fullness of a life lived whole without apology. Famous actress and activist Tracee Ellis Ross once said, "I am the author of my own life. I don't live in anyone's shadow, including the shadow of motherhood." And that is power. Let me share something personal. I once held a friend's newborn, and for a moment, I wondered what it would be like to have that life tethered to mine, to wake up every day needed by someone else, to know my legacy would live in their eyes. But then I looked around my apartment, at my journals, my books, my projects, my peace, and I realized I am needed. I am needed by the woman I'm becoming, by the girls watching me choose myself, by the stories I still have to tell. The Bible says in Isaiah 54:1, "Sing with joy, you who have not given birth, for more are the lives impacted by you than you know." It's a reminder, your legacy isn't limited by biology. You can nurture ideas, birth healing, raise hope, and leave behind a spiritual lineage of strength and light. So let me say this plainly. If no one has ever thanked you for showing up just as you are, thank you. Thank you for choosing yourself. Thank you for waking up and still creating beauty. Thank you for living a life that isn't measured by diapers or diplomas, but by daring. Let's solve something together. What do you do when people reduce your worth to a womb? You rise. Not in anger, but in clarity. You define your identity by your values, not your validation. You invest in your growth, not their gossip. You create a legacy of love, wisdom, and power with or without a family tree. Need tools for that journey? Check the description below. I've listed books, videos, prompts, and empowerment tools that can support your solo life journey, because you deserve support too. And before I go, thank you truly for spending this moment with me. If this spoke to your heart, if it brought you peace or power or perspective, share it with someone else walking this path. Let's create a sisterhood where no woman feels forgotten. I'm Naomi Grace. And remember, solo doesn't mean small, it means unstoppable. Hit subscribe, and your fearless journey continues right here.